Okay, so we're going to show you how to test for inverses. They're going to give us two functions and they're going to say, hey, are these inverses? Remember, the test for inverses is composition. So it has to be f compose f inverse of x equals x, and then the other one, f inverse of f of x equals x. Now, both have to be true in order for them to be inverses. If you run the first test, though, and it's not true, you don't have to bother running the second test. So, all right, let's see what functions we have. Okay, we've got f and g. Now, they want to know if g is equal to f inverse. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do f of g of x. I'll do that first. And then if I have to, I'll do g of f of x. Okay, so I'm going to write it that way. And I'm checking to see if g is an inverse, if it's f inverse. Okay, so here we go. We have the function f, and we're going to replace this x then with g of x. So all of that's going to come right in there. And that's going to look like this. 1 over x minus 2 plus 2. Okay, so right here, that's the g of x. All right. Yeah, that's all I want to say on that. Okay, now it looks messy, doesn't it? Okay, now we're going to simplify it. So we don't really need those parentheses. I was just trying to show you where the g of x was. So it's 1 over x minus 2 plus 2. Those cancel out. And then we're going to get, need more space. Sometimes, I'm telling you. Get that stuff out of the way. Ah, the technology. Okay, so now I have 1 over x. So I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. It's going to be 1 times x over 1, and that is just x. So, okay, it works. It passes that part of the test. Okay, so our goal here is to just simplify it to be x, and then we know, okay, well, that part works. But remember, both parts have to work. So now we have to go the other way. So I'm going to do a little erasing here. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to take g of f of x. So we're going to take all of this and we're going to put it in right there. Okay? So it looks like you're kind of doing the same thing. It can be a little confusing, but just be careful with your notation. Okay, so I'm going to write 1 over f of x, which is 1 over x plus 2, minus 2. Okay, now this part right there, that's the f of x. Okay, so that's going in right there. So it's 1 over that f of x, and then that minus 2 is out to the side. Okay, so now we're going to, sorry about that, get rid of that. Okay, so now we're going to simplify. Well, how do we do that? We're going to take this part and multiply by the reciprocal. So it's going to be 1 times x plus 2 over 1, which is just x plus 2. Oh, I forgot to write the minus 2. There's still a minus 2 out here. Okay, all right. Now we're going to simplify that. So I'm going to scroll down. X plus 2 minus 2. Oh, those 2's are going to cancel, and so we do just get x. So it turns out these are inverses. So g does equal f inverse of x. They're inverses. So what was the question they asked? Is g? So the answer is yes. Okay? It worked. We did the composition both ways. They both came out to be x. They both simplified to be x. Therefore, they're inverses.